Welcome back, y'all. We are here playing some Assetto Corsa again. We're driving a BMW 1M Stage 3. Yeah, almost said M3. But it is a 1M Stage 3. Got about 400 horsepower, so it likes to step out on me a little bit when I'm accelerating. Got to be pretty careful with that. It's pretty tight entry as well. I tried to work on it a little bit because if I made it any looser, then it just got worse off, and you can't do a whole lot with this car to begin with, so I didn't have a whole lot of choices. So we're kind of stuck with what we got. I did some practice on hard, and I was about 2 seconds faster than everybody, and then I was like, okay, we'll do very hard. And then we should be about even. No, they gained 4 seconds on me, assuming I'm running the same exact lap. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't even know. We're going to see what we can do, though, with what we got. And maybe in the race we'll be able to, gain some positions because we are starting last. I don't know where those, 6 seconds came from. Ish, but from one level to another, 6 seconds is a lot. So I really don't know where that came from, unless it's because they were qualifying and that's why they're so much faster. But we'll see. We'll get into this race going and we'll find out. Before we get started with this race, I'm going to just ask one thing. If you leave a comment, let me know where you think we're going to finish, because we are starting dead last. I do want to know where you think I'm going to finish. Do you think we're just going to, pass everybody, you win, maybe a top 5 or top 10? Maybe we're not going to pass much of anybody and not even get to the top 10, or maybe we're not going to pass anybody. Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think, and then you can see in the end where we finish. Alright, let's get this thing going. And that guy's not going. What are we doing? Oh my god. These people are stupid, man. Just go around them. Like, don't hit your brakes. I don't know why that one guy wasn't even moving. They got a guy on the side of us there. Can't really do much. Alright, well, we're doing alright for now. We've gained some positions on the start. Somehow managed to hold that down a little bit. Slid up a little bit, but that's okay. We drove really into the corner there. And I know, like I said, this car is pretty tight going into the corner for some reason. And then it's got enough horsepower, it gets pretty loose coming off, which is okay. I can handle that, just don't use as much throttle. Tight in is a little bit of a pain, though. Downshift, get that car turning with it. And we can go back up. I almost need a bigger gear in second. I braked a little bit too late there. It's okay, we'll be alright. Gonna lose a little bit now. We had a pretty sketchy time through the S-bends there. But we have completed lap 1 of 10. We're going to do this because I need to be able to see my mirror. gonna shift here so I can actually be in the throttle without that happening. Oh boy. I was trying to prevent that. That didn't help. I even tried lowering my camber angle a little bit to help keep it from doing that, but it didn't really help out too much. Obviously you want some camber in there. I mean, that's how it works, you know. I figured, you know, if we lowered it, maybe it would help us out a little bit. It would probably tighten the car up, but I figured it would help my exit out pretty good, but it really hasn't. I mean, I only lowered it like 0.2 degrees, so it wasn't a ton. We seem to be pretty much stuck here in 8th at the moment, though. Can't really gain on this guy in front of me. I got plenty of time, though. Let's make sure we get a good go around through the S's here. Even if it is a little slow, I need to, you know, not mess up. We don't want to lose ground. Alright. Well, we did a little bit better through there that time. I'm sure if you put some time into this car, making a good setup, you would be able to keep up with these guys, but... I tried to push it a little bit into that turn and it didn't end up working out for us. This car does not want to stick. Got a guy right there on our tail. I'm not sure. I think that lowering that camber there was not a good idea, though. I'm pretty sure it's helped my exit a little bit, but it's definitely not helped entry. Not that I was expecting it to. It's definitely worsened it a little more than I was expecting. It's such a small amount. Well, I mean, there's not a lot I could do, really. I mean, like looking at it, I was just like, well, there's not a lot I can do. I'm sort of thinking I should have went with maybe a bigger sway bar. Or maybe a smaller sway bar for that matter, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll do okay here. I cannot turn. I'm just gonna push him out. I don't even care. I normally wouldn't want to do that, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. So we've gained a position there in that lap, and it's a good thing. We got about 7 laps, 7 positions. There's no way in hell I'm going to win this race. We're not going to give up, though. We're going to stick to the inside here on this turn. See if we can hold it. Might get another position here. He just hit his brakes. I don't know why. I was going to actually think about getting behind him, but that changed real quick. Almost lost our car. A little bit too much into that corner. He's going to try to sneak in there. We're not going to let him, though. He's going to stay back there. We're going to keep him back there. We need to keep him back there. So first and second have clearly just taken off. They don't want anything to do with any of us back here. They are way up there. At least second place is way up there. I'm sure first is not far. So I don't know what it is, if it's tire wear or what, but we seem to be doing a little better than they are now. I'm trying to make that turn without like really trying to not rotate my wheel too much. I maybe need to though. When I'm trying to pass somebody on the inside, it gets to be a pretty tight turn. So I'm not sure what's really happened here. I don't know if we're just doing a better job of conserving our stuff or what. They seem to have slowed their pace a little bit though. I mean, we seem to be doing just fine. We're about a second. Yeah, they're running 3 seconds slower now that they're not in qualifying, so that's that. There's another pass. So we have taken third away here on lap 5. We're going to see if we can catch up. I'm definitely doing a lot better now than I thought I was going to be, so they have slowed significantly though. Almost lost our car again though. They're hanging out behind us. We're getting tight off this corner here. They are definitely hanging out behind us though. They are trailing us. I think we will get away from them a little bit when we get up to this tight turn though. After this turn. I'm not sure if I'll catch up to them. They're both right up there. First and second are both right up there. Pushed it a little bit too much into that corner. If there's a corner to do that, it's that one though. Pushing the car a little bit harder now. I really do want to try to catch up to them. I think I'm pushing just a little bit too hard into some of these corners though. And so I'm not really getting any benefit out of it. I was doing better when I was actually playing a little bit conservative and just kind of trying to make my turns good and everything. Well, I may need to just go back to doing that, or I'm probably not going to catch up to these people up here. I feel like this car is becoming looser though as we continue on through this race. I'm having to ease more and more into the throttle. Whereas before, I mean, this turn here, I could not get into the throttle at all. I braked a little bit too early there. But I feel like this car is starting to step out a little easier on us now. So that was a good turn right there. We should definitely gain a little bit off of that. Even if it seems a little slow, we held it in there real good. I'm still struggling with that turn. That turn's pretty tight. I've been doing that all race though. So they're still about the same distance ahead. We haven't really gained, but we haven't lost anything either. As long as we're not losing anything, that's a win for now. You know, if we're losing it, then that's really not good. I always like to say if you're not gaining anything, you may as well be losing it, but at the same time, if we're losing it, then I know I will never, like, I know I'm just slow. I feel like I'm not gaining anything because I'm just making mistakes that are costing me that time. If I just eliminate those mistakes, I feel like I'd be able to catch up to them. I struggle through those S's, though. This is not a particularly easy car to drive, in my opinion. It's a lot of fun, but it definitely has its challenges. When you're trying to travel at a high rate of speed, anyway. See if we can get a good run off of this corner. Got a little loose there. Tried to shift it up so I could get into the throttle, but it didn't want to let me. Just wants to spin out. This car was really good for a couple laps, but it's seems to be falling off just a little bit. This guy is hanging with us, though. He wants to get by me. I'm not gonna let him by too easy, though. That was the best turn we've had there all day. I might need to start downshifting over there. I'm going to stay up in third this time. I think that's actually benefited us there. I'm actually kind of trying to use the brake to help myself turn through those S's there, those real tight turns. Those two final ones anyway. The first one, but those two second ones, I'm definitely trying to just get into the brake there a little late and already be a little slow. And hope that helps the car turn a little bit, because there's not a lot else it can really do. Braked a little bit too late there. We're still, we've gained a little bit of distance from that guy behind us, so that's a good thing. Failed that turn again. So I'm going to drop down to third gear for this turn this time. So I can actually be in the throttle a little bit. So I think we have actually gained a little bit on the two in front of us. With 3 to go, well, 2.5 to go. I'm not sure we're going to catch them. But we're doing better than we were. We are gaining on them, I do believe. Which is a good thing. Definitely need to gain on them. That shows some signs of good racing. Oh, hey, I'll take it. Just not enough, not early enough. We were kind of stuck for the first 2 laps there back in 8th and 9th and weren't making much progress, and all of a sudden, you know, a little before halfway through the race, I mean, I just took off past all these people, and now there's pretty much just one of those guys still hanging with me. Just pushed a little too hard into that corner. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but obviously not. With 2 to go now, I need to do something. I really don't like that turn. Got into the grass there a little bit. This guy is going to gain on us. I know I can get him through this corner, though. Actually, I could have braked a little later. We'll accelerate off, though. We'll get him off of us. And then we can go back to doing what we're doing. Maybe a better job of it, though. Would benefit us. Maybe even going into first gear would help me through those. Alright, we gotta hold this guy off for one more lap. I'm not gonna catch up to them. There's no way in hell. Unless they wreck. I do need to hold this guy off, though. He is hanging in there. Keeping an eye on that mirror, hitting our marks, looking in the mirror only when it's right to. Do not want to be looking in the mirror coming in and going off of corners. I'm going to risk driving slower to hold my inside line here. I also needed to downshift there and we did not. That's okay. Since at this point, I am not going to catch up no matter what, unless they just wreck bad. I'm not catching up to them, so my goal is to keep this guy behind me. And in order to do that, I have to hold the inside line the best of my ability. I have lost some time on them, but I'm not worried about it at all. My main worries is keeping this guy behind me and holding the inside line. So I do not want him to take that from me. If he gets past me, I know he's going to pass me. If he gets inside of me, I know he's going to pass me. So first gear is probably not the best idea through there. So we have one more turn. We're actually we blocked him good enough there, I think, that he got a terrible run off. So we're gonna finish third, which is a win in my book. We started dead last, 15th, finished third in a 10-lap race. That is a win. That is a huge win in my book. That would be a podium in European racing, or not American racing, anyway. So that's a win in my book. What did we run? We ran a 2:11, so those two were just running straight up faster laps than we were, and there was not a damn thing I could do about it. I was, however, faster than everybody else, except for the guy behind me. The guy that finished behind me that was there, he actually did run a faster lap by 1/10 of a second, literally, like just 1/10. So We did a good job holding him off. Don't know what happened there in the start over. I don't know what happened there in the middle of the race, but middle of the race, just before the middle, we just kind of flew by everybody. But I cannot believe we started dead last, and about half the race we passed all the way up to third, maybe fourth. So that's a win in my book. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like, and you know, comments are always welcome. Wish I would have been like, hey, what do you think we're gonna do in the beginning? I probably will actually. I'll probably make a little clip there. You know, where do you think I'm gonna finish? Obviously, it don't matter now, but it will when it's there in the beginning. And be sure to subscribe for more of this and NASCAR Hate Evolution and other racing games that you would love to see. You can leave that in the comments. What other racing games you want me to play, I will be glad to. Yeah, be sure to subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.